What is going on, guys? We're back with our 49ers franchise. We are technically in week 9, but we've decided we wanted to make some moves. I was suggested several things from you guys. Some of them were a little unrealistic, and I think I've found the players we want to target. So we'll find out if it's going to happen, if they're going to take it or not. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into it. Here's the trade. This is a big one for both teams, really. We trade Richard Sherman, a 6th-round pick next year, and Tavares Moore for the Eagles' right guard Brandon Brooks and a 5th-round pick. However, it doesn't end there because the Eagles, they need to move around some players, obviously. Cornerback is one of the biggest issues going in Philly right now, and losing a big guard is huge. So Person gives them a little bit more stability to move some players around. So that was the final piece that they needed to add for that trade to go through. So this is a really big trade for me, is Tart and Verrett for Flowers. Now, Flowers is normal development, I believe, unless he went up in development for them. He's 6'3", and he's 25, and you might think, the Seahawks, would they really take that? This is their strong safety. They now have Tart. And then looking at cornerback, they already have 2 number 1 corners in Kendall Fuller and Shaquille Griffin. So they did kind of need that slot guy. They have a little bit of height other than, maybe Kendall Fuller's not super high in height, but he's obviously their number 1 corner anyways. Verrett is a true slot corner for them. And, of course, Tart is their starter, 28, a very favorable contract. We have Pierce coming back. So maybe I'm a little worried about the depth at safety. You might have to find somebody, maybe move Talib there, but overall, I think this cornerback core probably looks a little bit better with White, Flowers, Mills as the top 3 guys. It would be nice to have a true slot corner, but I think that may be unobtainable now. So we do get that backup safety, Richie James Jr., David Mayo, and a 5th round next year for Monte Nicholson. He's still rather young, lots of potential. Maybe overtraded a little bit, but that's what they wanted. He's 24, might need a contract, but as a backup, not super expensive, and, really good depth. And that pretty much concludes the trading. I think we did drop in overall a little bit, but that's because technically we haven't filled the... maybe we have. That's not good. But, of course, Joe Staley, as much as I want these guys to play their, natural positions, they're just so big. The 2 tackles are 6'8", I believe. McGlinchey could be 6'9", 6'8". Like, what do you want from me? And look at this line. I got to fix this myself because the game is just the way it is. We're also going to sign Tony Brown to the active roster from the Cowboys practice squad. A very fast player, can kind of play the slot if he needs to. Might compare him to the likes of Mills, Talib, and who else is it? Mills, Talib, and that's it, really, I suppose. For whatever reason, he's actually a lot better than his overall. I know Tony Brown's not bad in real life by any means, but he's actually pretty decent. He's got good coverage, so let's take a look. Tony Brown, I don't think Witherspoon is going to make that play at 6'2". But here's the competition. So, of course, by far the fastest player, Talib, really shouldn't even be on the team at this point. But, I mean, pure coverage, better than Mills. However, the awareness and play rec is severely lacking. But, jumping is really bad. How can you be super fast but not be good at jumping? You use your legs to jump. I don't know. This is a good addition to the team, though. Maybe interchangeable at slot. All right, so Week 9 is officially here. We have some re-signings and some bigger news. We have game day prep, which I don't even remember seeing that. That might be a new thing. But more importantly, a breakout scenario. And I'm not the greatest with faces, but I think it may be Kiki QT. I'm just saying. Also, Josh Jones wants a contract. We'll give him that contract. Ooh, I didn't even notice that. I always just kind of go through the motions. Yeah, we kind of robbed Josh Jones. I did not realize he was sitting at middle linebacker. I may have to bump that contract up a bit. No way he's signing a 5-year deal worth $10 million, especially the way he's played. We've rejuvenated his career, and I'm sure he's super grateful, but yeah, he's worth more than that. Colbert, however, I don't know. I think maybe we should have done a 3-year $10 million, but he hasn't really played outstandingly well. Monte Nicholson is actually, hey bro, you just gave that deal over to Colbert, give it to me. I know I don't have the dev, but look at our freaking speed tackle and zone coverage, almost the exact same. And, he's kind of right, but We'll see. We'll see. Monte Nicholson, it wasn't a crazy expensive trade, just great for depth. And he will play a couple of games here for us as a starter until Pierce finally comes back. And all this time, I traded for Monte Nicholson when the true GOAT, Troy Apke, was there. I've got plans for him. I suppose we should probably show you the actual ratings of the players before we get into it. I hope this isn't too long of an intro to the video, to the actual gameplay. Obviously, Brandon Brooks is a great player, no question about it. Defensively, the new additions, Trey Flowers, no upgrades for him yet. Normal development, 13k XP. So even though he's young, great zone coverage, by the way. Even though he's young and he obviously has a pretty high ceiling here, it's not going to be a quick upgrade for him, especially at 25. If he doesn't get a development up, I don't see him getting past maybe 84 or 85 by the time he starts regressing. So, they went for older players, but they also went for guys that are able to play and win right now. And speaking of Apke, he wants hybrid, and it's ironically fitting because he's going to end up playing corner for us. He actually moves up to 84-man and zone. I think he's going to be our slot corner. The final thing left up for debate. Heads up, the Dolphins are one of the tougher Really? Less than 17 points per game, but that might be all we need. If we can find a way to put 17 points on the board, I'm very confident that our defense can win us the game. Commit to scoring 2 touchdowns. I think we can score 3. Really? The Dolphins are that good? 3 offensive touchdowns. What do we get if we do get 3 offensive touchdowns? Here's Kiki QT, though. A breakout chance to superstar would be amazing. 150 total yards rushing or receiving, combined, or 3 touchdowns. Not an easy task. We missed Hurd's chance, and I really regret it. This is going to be a week where we just have to, and I mean have to, come out and get this W in many ways. Dolphins are actually surprisingly a 78 overall here, too. First things first is always the win. Obviously, it's always going to be the win. But Kiki QT, we haven't really looked his way too much. So, just like with Pettis, this could be a huge start for him. We've had in the past where, Pettis, he doesn't really get open. And, I just don't see him being that guy for us. And then you look at him and you're like, whoa, is he always, kind of this open? Can I really depend on him on each and every single in and out route and, slant play? And you realize, yes, you can. He gets that step up with the superstar development and easily becomes our best wide receiver. Not even a question about it. That could be the same thing for Kiki QT. A little bit on the smaller side, but he can do things from the slot. That's kind of where Pettis / Goodwin could easily play as well. So, I don't know. I think if he can get superstar, we'll be in a really good spot wide receiver-wise. A little bit worried about Goodwin's future, but a little bit less of a problem if Kiki QT can step into that role as the number 2 guy, or even just the solidified, maybe best slot corner in the entire league. Wide receiver in the entire league. I've been thinking about slot corner a lot today, I'll tell you what. Tony Brown was the slot corner for maybe 2 minutes, and then Apke was the slot corner. We had Talib and Jalen there as a thought. Thank you for showing that picture. Literally nothing happened. Broken Ribs Kittle should not be playing in this game, if we're being 100% honest. It's going to be up for debate here. We're going to see how it goes early on, and if we see him take a few hits, hopefully they don't end his season or even his career. But if we see him take a few hits, and I think it's time to take him out, So the Packers win a very big one. That's a season, I wouldn't say saving, but a potential season-saving game winner. Oh, look at that. Huge player. Jesus, who is that guy? Right, here is the starting lineup for the Dolphins. Did they draft a quarterback? They did. Alec DeVries. I think I have seen this guy once before. It's good to see the Dolphins come out of nowhere. It's nice to see them just make plays. 4-3, they always seem to find a way to go anywhere from 7-9 to 9-7. So it's interesting to see that. Of course, a bit of a different look at cornerback, different look at safety. The DBs in general have been affected. We completely missed. Monte Nicholson is the first player on the scene. Really bad containment by us, to be honest. Forget about their defense. This offense is scaring me, and I never thought I would ever say that about a Dolphins team. It also appears that Albert Wilson did make an upgrade. Nope, is it? Yeah, it is Albert Wilson. He's a superstar wide receiver now. All right, so they are going to pass it here. This is kind of where we excel a little bit more, is when we know they're going to pass. But when they have that much time, there's not much we can do. Fred Warner with the tackle. The fast man, Troy, going to get out there for a nice tackle on Kenyon Drake. Unfortunately, Buckner misses, but it's a team effort. I just want to see us play some defense. Is it that hard to ask? They're already at the 34-yard line, having a really successful drive in Quan Alexander. As much as Apke did get destroyed, he did stay on his man, I suppose. And yes, I know I was using him, so technically I was the one that was destroyed. But we're not going to talk about it. We're just not going to. Inside with Troy. And no, it's too shallow. The youngster can't get in there. I really thought he had a pick. But instead, it's from the 2 now. Of course, their chance of running is still... It's there. It's not great, but it's there. So we're going to stay out in this formation. I think we get enough coverage from here as well. And we are right. It is a run. We miss with Bud Dupree, and nobody closes down. Just nobody closes down on the inside. And there's a touchdown. I think the worst part about the way they scored is that they just made it look so easy. You know, there was no big play where you can go back on defense and say, okay, fair enough. You know, we gave up a huge play. Let's not have that huge play happen. We'll be fine. Looking at our side of the field, Jimmy Garoppolo, we had an ugly one, and we lost, which is just brutal. But still having a good season. Just a little bit more picks than we were expecting. So obviously we all have our eye on Kiki QT, but Matt Breida is still the main offensive point on this team. And he starts the game out with a nice, pretty much 9-yard gain. Having an amazing season. Can't say anything else about it. The only way to explain it is literally just an amazing season. You know what? 2nd and 2, they're not gonna cover it again. We're just gonna take it. First down. Kittle could take this safety away. And like I said, he could take the safety away, and Kiki QT makes a great catch of 29 yards to start her out. Kind of like this. Then that's grounding. Yikes. At least, you know, at least we could have avoided the hit, but we didn't. We took the penalty, and we freaking got hit anyways. That's a bad play. They're not joking about this defense, man. This defense is looking kind of legit. Breida's dangerous in the receiving game, but I think we need a little bit more time on this play. Pettis to the outside. That's a little bit risky. Picked off, but of course, no feet down. Well, I mean, maybe 1 or 2 feet down, but not both. Kiki QT is the man. So is Goodwin, though. We're going to give him a streak as well. I mean, there's really no point not to take this. If I have ever seen a person that has deserved a development up, it has got to be Kiki. Even the first play was not a guaranteed catch. That was far from it. I need to get this as a thumbnail. Like, this is a one-hander. You've seen Pettis miss. Holy crap, holy. I wish he didn't look like a turtle with his helmet and all that, but if that's not the thumbnail, there's some way in shape or form. I don't know how it, you know, like, what are we doing? They're all over this, but Breida is a fast man. Oh, Jesus, not as fast as him, though. Baker, of course, we know he's a very fast player. Henry, you're going to be my blocker today. He's like, oh, yeah, today, I'm sure. I'm just going to take what I can get, honestly. Get a little closer for the field goal. At that point, you got to accept it's just not going to happen. All right, 3rd and 10, a little bit of a stale drive. Exactly what this defense needs as well. That's all right. Maybe not, and there's no way. He's short a yard, I think. And inside, we trust Pettis. Oh, no. Pettis is one to beat. LeBlanc's fast, but no one's as fast as Pettis. And Pettis will score. Finally, a huge play for the offense. It's been, honestly, a long time since it's been a big passing play that is scored versus a run. Really, I would say it's probably a 4-to-1 ratio right now that any play over 50 yards is a run play rather than a receiving one. Pettis burned him on the inside and just gunned it. First quarter went decently well. You know, defense made a stop. We made a big play, and there's a really good play there by White and Jones. Are they going to go for another run? They will not. Back up. Might have a shot deep to this receiver. And there's going to be a coverage sack. A bit of a vicious one from D Ford, but no flag. Almost ripped the ball out. Good stuff. Pettis on them out routes. Pettis is having a really big game as well already. And I try to throw it to Kiki QT. I was looking at Pettis. I felt like with the pressure getting there so quickly, there was not really much of a chance to get it to him. Of course, this is a screen, so we'll see. It's going to be a hard read to make. No, it's going to be the screen. And there's actually a chance. There's a chance. Breida's going to be to the 30. He's going to be short. It's a great play and almost worked, but we do at the punt. Mills and company. Ooh, Quan gets him. It's been a bit of a battle between those two, but it's It's going to be a manageable, very manageable 3rd and 1. All right, here it is. Let's bring Colbert up. Got to be careful, though, because if it's a play action, we can get burned. It's not a play action. Get out there, Colbert. Good job by Quan, but honestly, I'm surprised he didn't just take the first down. I thought maybe he thought he had the speed for the edge, but he just did not. I don't have the greatest memory ever, but I'm pretty sure they did start with ball as well. So we're in a really good spot. Can we get that outside to Kiki? We cannot. And we're going to fumble the ball. Please recover that. Good job, Joe. Where are you going? Holy crap, Joe almost just got safetied. He's going to chuck this one. Wow, what a throw. Goodwin catches it, and he could be gone. There is no way. These guys are making plays, and the man has not really had that kind of a game, so you know he's going to celebrate. You know it. He's going to hit him. All right, 1st and 10. Inside, we actually stopped Kenyon Drake. Whoa. We have 17. They might not allow us to have one more point in this game. And, you know, we are an iffy second-half team, I'd like to think. Great job by Fred. This is huge. Kenyon Drake is hurt. Ooh. That is not a very good situation. Come on, Buckner. Fight your way through the... Oh, he's wide open. Good find by DeVries there. Good job by Quan. Quan is having a career game here today. It's not... As long as he's not making mistakes. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, my God. Apke had just killed a fella. Underneath, and we miss. Apke and company. Apke's not, you know, he's fast, but he's not big enough to make that play. So they have one timeout. Underneath, Quan. Oof. Not Quan. Fred Warren getting a pop. They're going to call their last timeout. 15 seconds left. What are they going to do? We've actually been a little injury prone, so I'm actually... Okay, yeah, they do go for the field goal. I'm actually kind of happy by that because... The way we've been getting injured, we could actually save them with an injury timeout. You know, we've had a couple of injuries that I just wish we didn't. Obviously, they have had as well. Yeah, it actually is too risky. I convinced myself. Go down, Breida. Breida does get the ball, and he does have some room. Breaking free. What a little sneaky play. One hell of a half. You know, really just the Dolphins making huge mistakes. But really, wow, that's one hell of a half for stats, I'll tell you that. Of course, this is where we can break that 17 points allowed Dolphins mold. I would assume they've given up more than 17 this season, but their average will obviously change if we can put up more than 17. And Mostert, decent return to the 30. Kind of sweet, but it looked like they had it covered. To the outside, Breida. Oh, I saw that. When I saw him lower that shoulder, I knew he was going to pop him in the back. And there it goes, 10-yard penalty. That's a bad one. That's a really bad one. Breida to the left on the stretch. Oh, look at the cutback. Oh, my God. Breida is honestly a monster. He's a little tired, though. Minkah Fitzpatrick still on the Dolphins in our realm. Gets him, but a really big run and boosts those numbers majorly. All right, throwing the ball here. Kiki QT is wide open. And he holds on. This man is a monster. I'm telling you guys, he's insane. We really do have to pay attention, though, because I do not want to miss this, especially when he's deserved it. Fair enough if, somebody doesn't deserve it. We're not going to just force it all the time. Ooh, down to the 1. Ooh, no. Like I said, with these injuries, Derrick Henry, that's a big one. They're going to go from the 1. We're going to go with the double backfield. And Breida is going to get met at the 1. 1 yard away. Do we really kick this field goal? Back spasm, that's fine. Screw it, let's do it. And what the hell is Jimmy Garoppolo doing? What? Like, EA, how do I even commentate that? What do you want me to do, EA? It's like, I can't even make an argument there. Sometimes I can say, oh, they picked up the flag when it's a BS penalty, or, oh, wow, fake punt. But what am I supposed to do when the ball just comes back to him magnetically? Like, telepathically. Like, he's like, no, I do want the ball. That's my suction sound. Ugh. Catch me in a back alley. That's the sound you'll hear. All right, Quan. Oh, no, Flowers. Okay, good job, Joshua. This team really likes to pick up for one another. I'll put it that way. This team is just special in that way, which is a good way, not a bad special. There's no bad special, let's be honest. Unless you're like a restaurant. See? Oh, Buckner made an amazing play, but Too good for his own use. Peyton Barber sees it coming, cuts back. Great play. And as much as I want to blitz, I don't think he can blitz here when there'd be no one over the middle. Uh-oh, Quan. Wow. Hey, Jesus. Could you calm down there? Gesicki bounced off about 6 people. Holy crap, holy. That man's insane. Could you not? These guys have talent. What are they worried about losing freaking... What's his face? Kenyon to the outside. Josh Jones misses. Down to the 45 for a 1-yard away play. They haven't committed to it, but I think we're gonna play the blitz. And Quan has really shown up. 3+ tackles for a loss and a potential score-saving tackle, as they would have been in our territory with a fresh set of downs. The 500th tackle for Mr. Quan Alexander. Congratulations, my pal. Let's get another 500, right? They're having some issues. They see Kiki T in the slot. They don't know what they want to do here. I don't honestly blame them. Taking a look. Pettis on the inside. A little bit of a bad throw, but it's there. It's there. We do have Kittle, but we also have Kiki QT, and he might have a block. Good play. Look at Kiki. He deserves this freaking development. He deserves it. He's insane today. I can't even tell you what he's doing. I actually don't know how he's doing what he's doing. He's having by far his best game, and not even only just that, he's just making plays. I just don't know. Inside. Picks up a block. He's slipping away again. Down to the 12. Is this the game that puts him on the map? Looking at Pettis. He's wide open again. I'm just going to give it to him. He's going to feed the man down to the 3-yard line. This really is kind of an undeserved running back drive, but I think we can probably punch this in with Breida here rather easily. And we do. Nice. So we do put up more than 17. We got the 3 offensive touchdowns. The offense is clicking. Defense is doing enough. This has been a good game. And I don't want to get too hyped because it is the Dolphins, let alone their 4-3 record and their whatever supposedly good defense. I don't want to get too hyped. Oh, no. That's a bad play by Quan. That's a huge hit. Really bad play by Quan. Come on, man. You've been so good today, and you just missed 2 really big tackles. And the rookie wanted another piece of him. These guys are relentless today. We don't even usually, not even really a hit-sticking style team, but when it's there, we're going to try to force that ball out. Over the middle, try to get a pop. Could not do it to the 33-yard line. Cover 3 flats, the 2 new quote-unquote safeties in their slot positions here. He has nowhere to go, and Eric Armstead gets a piece of the action. Everyone on this defensive line has been involved. Big play saving tackles, though. And picked off by the youngster, Apke. Troy Apke is going to score easily. The newly acquired target puts in his work. Had a really good game in the slot and just jumped one. Honestly, just an amazing play. And DeVries has been really good, but he threw it late. I know he was trying not to stare down the guy, but he just never looked back. Also had a few substitutions. Nothing crazy, just the middle linebacker position for the most part. Keeping the D-line in there is, I think it's good for them. Linebackers really making good plays here. I have Troy Apke coming back over last second with the speed. And he's going to have a chance to pick it, and wow. What a dime dropper. White played that pretty damn well, just an amazing throw. I know Apke has played amazingly, but not the biggest names he's had to face. Should have really had a bigger game, and Apke gets toasted a little bit on that one. But I'd like to see the cornerback, Flowers, be a little bit closer. Try to get there, and Bosa with Buckner are going to bring him down for the sack. It's now a 3rd and 17. Second sack, technically 2.5. Bosa's had a good game. Quan on the tight end, not an easy task. Flowers gets burned a little bit. Not known to be a man corner. He's not going to be able to stop those wriggly little receivers. To the outside. Good find. Is he short? He gets it. Damn. Oh, good find to the outside. Jalen Mills going to try to make a play. Gets him late, but that's going to be a score. Really good read by the quarterback. It's not over. If they were to land 2 onside kicks after scores, they would keep the game alive. Try to fall down. Kiki UT just doesn't care. He just keeps wanting to break tackles. It's only fair that we do give Tannehill a little bit of action against his own team as well. KQT is not too far off of his goal. And there's going to be not a finishing of the goal because he misses. Come on, Tannehill, you're really good. Like, you're still really good. What is he? Tannehill, if you ruin this for KQT, I swear. Kind of forced it to KQT for his milestone. Right now it's a minute left. They obviously have a chance, especially with the miss there with Quan as a minute 02. They didn't have to waste any of their timeouts because Tannehill is just, I don't know what he is. I can't even explain it. This man Tannehill is just, like, what is he doing? And like, what is he actually doing? Onside kick. I mean, if they get this onside kick, they can go down the field with plenty of time to tie this game up. Great play by Goodwin. Doesn't fumble. You think 3-possession lead, only a couple minutes left. You can easily just put your backups in. Not the case. Going to have to bring some of these starters back out just to make sure that we have the best players on the field possible to win the game. Breida just doing Breida things. Really just looking like the inside zone squad. Get it done. Breida on the inside will easily get, I almost said score. First down. Breida is hurt. This is all Ryan Tannehill's fault. We could have kneeled, but I think we can guarantee. Come on, Derek. Just get there. There you go. You can guarantee the win if you waste some clock. If you kneel it, they do get a chance at a punt return. There's a good 6 to 8 seconds left to punt the ball. You never know when a shank comes along. So, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo only had 2 touchdowns, but definitely up there for one of his best career games. 400-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Almost perfect in accuracy. And then Kiki UT, there's the catch. Speaking of, insane. He totally deserved the game he had. He absolutely went off. I mean, he was breaking tackles, and he just doesn't break tackles. Him and Goodwin, they're fast players that just don't break tackles, yet here he was breaking tackles, proving he really, really thinks he's as good as he is, and he deserved it. He looked great, and, some of the catches, he didn't drop a single pass. The first play he ever, I always remember it, first play he joined us, dropped a wide-open drive that would have been a first down in preseason, and it was just like, oh my God, is this the guy? Are we still searching for answers? And here we are now with a superstar development slot wide receiver in Kiki QT. And you look at some of the other names as well. You had a big game from Goodwin. You had a huge game from Pettis. And I got to say huge game because his was a little more earned. Goodwin didn't really have the crazy separation on his. Pettis was just a beautiful route. Goodwin, you kind of just outran the guy, simply put. Sack totals, Trent Murphy. They actually got after us a little bit, but overall we definitely did play a little bit better in, sacking them. Apke, big surprise. And then look at Quan. 14 total tackles, 10 of them being solo, 3 tackles for a loss, and hell, he missed 2 of his tackles. I mean, you can't ask for a better game from a linebacker, and may even see a scenario for him. We'll see. Great game, though. I can't wait to see what abilities Kiki QT has. Maybe some sort of slot specialist, which would just be ridiculous. That would be so good for us. Of course, we do have the safety Pierce returning somewhat soon. I think he can probably return in 2 weeks. Actually, he might be able to return next week. I think he'll only miss 1 more game. He'll be back for the Patriots, which is big. So let's take a look at the game day recap. Coach, this was a great win against a talented team. Our offense did its job. Our defense showed up, and we really played a complete game. I'm proud of our guys. All right, that wasn't really what I was hoping for. What'd I tell you, Coach? I said I was one of the best players on the team, and I think I proved it out there today. Keep feeding me the ball. He's not wrong. Development up, and only 2K XP. All right, so I thought maybe it would have been a little bit more XP, but I'll take anything we can get. Superstar development. We now have 2 superstar receivers. The talent's growing, boys. And we don't have the ability yet, but I believe he may get that with an upgrade after we simulate. I feel like it would be kind of a crime if I didn't at least show you guys that, so we'll do that real quick before we play against the Jets next episode. Another AFC East matchup. George Kittle is fully returned from injury, which is nice. Can't wait to see what it is like when we actually don't worry about him every second. We do have a breakout player here. We'll leave that for next week. I know, I just talked about how it'd be criminal to not have the results of the development up from Kiki QT, but I think we'll leave that. We only have a silver, really? We don't have a silver on this. Oh, well. Wait, what is verticals anyways? I think it's wide receiver O-line. Wide receiver O-line. So KQT will get an upgrade. Hopefully he gets to 80, so then we can see that ability. I don't know, though, because he's got a +1 to morale, so I think if we did go up in overall, it would only put him as a 79 technically. So he's going to get faster XP for sure, but might have to wait till we actually see that ability. Let's go back to deep threat. It's been really good for us. And he gets an agility, which is nice. Catching, spec, deep route. Definitely worth the upgrade. 89 agility is really good. I mean, you see the ratings, and you're just like, okay, yeah, he just balled out. You know, it's not that he's an insanely great receiver. It's just he balled out. It doesn't show the... oh, there it is. I'm blind. It's right there in the top. I'm used to seeing it in the bottom. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, there's more to see next week. Another big game against the Jets this time. Looking at the division, the Seahawks are still in a comfortable lead. Well, maybe not comfortable, but in a lead in first. The Rams are right there. This is not a walk-away this year at all. I know it wasn't last year, but it's not even close this year. We have a breakout. It's an unknown. I kind of wish they did that for all of them, honestly. Maybe push that to the devs. I'd like to see it show a breakout just with no face, so then you can be like, oh, who is it? Who is it? You know, I think that's a little bit cooler, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit longer of an episode, I would say. It was really fun. One of my favorite episodes we've recorded in probably the entirety of this series. Top 3, maybe top 5. A real fun one. And hopefully this is a sign that we're back to our dominating ways on offense. I don't know. We'll see. Some favorable matchups coming up until week 13. When it starts to get tough, that's the long stretch, the long haul, the home stretch. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe, like the video if you liked it, follow me on Twitter at Jeromepkr. And yeah, hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!